Praise be to Jesus. Well, hello again, everyone. It's Tuesday morning, August 21st. First. There's a couple of stories up about bishops in the state of New York. So let's see what they're talking about here. Albany, a predator's playground under Bishop Howard Hubbard. Bishop Howard Hubbard of Albany, New York, allowed a homosexual predator to terrorize teens. This, according to a pair of Me Too, Catholic Me Too respondents who provide a glimpse into the culture of silence and cover up that shielded predator priests in the diocese beginning in the 1960s. Church militants spoke separately to two Capital Region Catholics. That must be the name of the diocese because Albany's the capital in New York, so this must be the Diocese of Albany. Father X, a faithful priest, and Mary, a laywoman, who, as adolescents in the late 1960s, were privy to the crimes of former cleric Father John F. Fitzpatrick. Well, these situations are somewhat complicated. They involve a lot of, several different people. I mean, I could sit here and read the whole article to you, and I don't. I think my sense is that most people aren't gonna be that interested in the whole article, not unless you had some personal interest in knowing more about it. Um, and if you want to read it, you just go to the link in the description box, and that way you could read at your own pace and figure out who's who and what happened when and where the proof is and um, because for me to sit here and read all this to you, which would take, well, this is really a long article. This would probably take 15 minutes to read, and that's at reading at a pretty good clip. So, we'll just do that. If you're interested, just go to the link in the description box. Again, just generally speaking, this again points to, the whole cover up, um, not only mentality, but, sort of like standard operating procedure for for the Catholic Church in America for all those years. So that's that story. And the other one, New York Bishop John Barris slammed for using altar boy to defend himself. Church officials in the Diocese of Rockville Center are circling the wagons in an attempt to defend their embattled local prelate, Bishop John Barris, who, as head of the Diocese of Allentown, Pennsylvania, from 2009 to 17, did nothing to remove Monsignor Thomas J. Benestet from ministry after credible allegations were filed against him. In 2011, a man reported that Monsignor Benestet had sexually abused him in the early 1980s, beginning when he was 9 years old. All right, so this has to do with oral sex and this priest um, squirting holy water into the child's mouth. And, again, this is a rather lengthy article. And, again, it just points to the same thing. Um, so I'll leave this link in the description box. And there's one other thing that's going on is this is Cardinal Tobin of Newark, New Jersey, and he really seems to be very upset apparently what's happened is a half a dozen, let me see if that's correct here. I think it's six priests that went to the media. They went to the Catholic news agency. It's reported by CNA. Um, and what he's really upset about is that they didn't come to him with these allegations. And I think probably what this does is speak to fear, because CNA promised them that it said six anonymous priests told CNA that a gay subculture existed in the Archdiocese of Newark, particularly in the seminary. Cardinal Tobin has told clergy in his diocese not to speak to the press after a news report detailing allegations of sexual misconduct appeared on Catholic news agency. The cardinal said no one had ever spoken to him of such a subculture. Oh boy. Let's see here. Anyway, this involves some people and, some of what they did and some particulars about that. I might as well leave this link in the description box too. Um, I mean, it's getting to the point where there are just so many stories about this. I really don't want to. I don't really think hardly anybody's interested in knowing the particulars of each particular, occurrence or, every time something comes to the light. Um, and if you are interested, like I said, you could always read it by yourself. Um, I think people really want to know about this, um, and then just and then let them pick and choose what it is they want to read. So I think we'll just do that because there's so much material and there's so much. A lot of people are writing, opinion pieces and calling for the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops to be dissolved. There's all kinds of ideas out there, and perhaps I'll, make a video of what some of these links. If you want to read about, it's one thing for me to throw my 2 cents in here and there, to to spend 10 or 15 minutes reading an article about, of course, those people know what they're talking about, or, they have more respect in the media community and in the Catholic community anyway, so. I mean, they point out things that I mean, they're interested if you care to read them. So I think this video here is long enough. I try to inform you as quickly as I can, without rambling on too much. And this one's already past 8 minutes. Well, okay, we'll talk to you next time. Bye.